Welcome to the Classic Movies Review. Today, let's look at a newly released Amazon Prime series called Them. Them is a horror story set in the 1950s, starring Deborah Ireland and Ashley Thomas as the parents of two beautiful black daughters, with the younger one especially really cute. The story revolves around this black family. Initially, you feel that it might have a predictable storyline. You're probably thinking that it is a tale of black oppression. It is a tale of oppression, yes, but that's where the similarities end with the other storylines. This story begins with the family having an idyllic existence in North Carolina, but which is shattered by a tremendous tragedy that shows up in their faces rather unexpectedly. However, hold on to your horses, as the predictable part of the story soon fades off. The bulk of the story in the first season is based out in the supposedly white-dominated East Compton area of California. Now, Compton is a place that shines in the list of the most dangerous cities of America even today. That's a factoid. Well, honestly, when I started watching this series, I must admit that I was a bit confused, as I couldn't zero on as to who were the numero uno or the greatest villains in the series. Now, initially I felt that this was just another classic oppression tales of the blacks in America, which are on the lines of Django Unchained or 12 Years a Slave, with perhaps one family or one person triumphing out in the end. However, it is not quite the same. For most of the story, the black family, also known as the Amories, resettle in East Compton. All through the first season at least, there's the reality of white supremacists who looked upon the Amories as second-class citizens or beasts of the field, etc., make life really hellish for them pretty soon. These are extreme racist mentalities of the West that you get to glimpse in the series. Makes one really shiver at what kind of people these whites were really. Total maniacs of the first kind, I'd say. But soon you find out that oppression from the white population in general was not the entire bit in the entire story. As you move on to find unknown, ugly entities jumping in from time to time, each entity targeting only one member. Each, as if there was one entity designated for one person. These entities are the actual or the invisible enemy. And then you begin to wonder, what is going on? Right? Could it be possession, like by powerful, malevolent forces or forces of hate that effortlessly latch on to the blacks? Or could it be a gang of whites trying to pick on them in the nastiest way imaginable, that is prey on their minds somehow? Or is this their own mind playing seriously twisted schizophrenic projections of white people that don't exist? But then how is it that everyone in the family gets affected at the same time? But you really can't discount any of these possibilities entirely, and you might agree with the last possibility once you have completed the season. Deborah Ireland and Ashley Thomas do a fantastic role in essaying out their indomitable spirit of survival against the harshest, vilest and craftiest opponents. This trait is singularly the greatest hallmark of the series, and this is what sees them alive at every peril. Draw out your own conclusions. Yes, the creators of this one definitely want you to mull over their content a bit, that's for sure. Like I mentioned earlier, the only unwavering fact is that Compton is white-dominated and the white population intend to keep it that way. Secondly, they aren't ideal citizens themselves, that is the whites. As in fact, you would see the silver-tongued milkman preying on Mrs. Wendell, a white woman, by encouraging her vindictive nature toward the black family of Emerys and finally driving her to do insane things. Well, at this point I don't really want to divulge any more details than this. If your interest has been piqued by now, then you must watch it. If you're getting alarm bells in your head, you might stay away right now. This is a horror genre, so I thought I'd warn you about it. However, now comes the time for the rating that you wanted. So, going by the plot, I would rate it a solid 7 out of 10. The visuals are really good, and I have rated a stellar 8 out of 10. Acting was really good. Every one of them is superb. Deborah Ireland takes the cake. She's a superstar here. And so acting is a solid 9. So overall, the series is going to be rated at 8 out of 10, which is really good, if not exceptional. My take on the series is definitely a very good watch. However, watch it only if you can handle the horror genre. That being said, enjoy the series. This is me signing out. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe more for such content. Thank you.